Hello and welcome to the 5th devlog in this series. In this devlog I'm gonna show you the new direction I've taken the game in, later in the video. So, first things first, I added a way for the player to die. All three races have different texts when they die, and also let's not forget that the player can only die from hunger and thirst currently. After that I added a feature where you can give money and receive an item from an NPC. This will allow me to add different types of interactions in the future. You can also receive an item for free this way. Then I added a blood bag to the game. What can I say about it? The vampire uses it to, well, not die. That's all. I then started working a little on the old town. And that's when I decided to place the game after my friends suggested it. Into the place where nothing ever happens. That place being called the Balkans. And you know what's connected to the Balkans except war, I mean nothing ever happening? Of course, alcohol. That's why I added the Serpanjsko beer into the game. It's definitely not a parody of Ožujsko, trust me. So, the first thing I added for this beer was actually a dynamic system for drunkenness, which gets worse and worse as you get more and more drunk. After that, I actually added the beer, which is also purchasable at the store. And let's not forget, each race has different levels of tolerance for the beer. The demon has the least tolerance, while the vampire has the most. I also added a stress bar to go with the beer. When it's full it kills you, and the demon's bar raises the fastest while the vampire's the slowest. You can see in the background footage different tolerances. The demon passes out the fastest while the vampire the slowest from the beer. To faint, the human needs a beer case and 5 more beers, the vampire needs 2 beer cases and a half to pass out drunk, and the demon needs only half of the beer case. And you know what else is connected to the Balkans? You are right, smoking. Smoking is a bad habit and I don't endorse it. But it's a video game, so why not? So anyways, that's another way to get rid of stress, just like beer. It's the same thing as with drinking. The vampire gets the least out of it, while the demon most. But you don't pass out drunk. Just like beer, you can buy the cigarettes in the same shop. So then, also as you can see in the background, house I remade and now the shop. I'm gonna do live commentary on the apartment. As you can see, the first room where the player spawns is empty. Here is the really small balcony, so yeah. Then we have this hallway, which is also empty. This door leads to the main hallway of the building. I must do something about the colliders. Anyways, here is the another empty room. Here is another empty room. Here is another empty part of the hallway. And here is a fancy empty room. And it looks like the player forgot his glasses. Let's ignore that. So yeah, that's everything this house has to offer. Also, I changed the currency from the US dollar to a fictional dinar, Republika Dinarie. Yeah, real original. In lore, the country got its name from the biggest mountain in the country that won't appear in the game but will be mentioned, called the Mountain of Dinaria. I also added a pause menu. That lies. It actually doesn't pause the game. And it never will. So, as you can see, the player has bought himself some furniture, even if it looks really bad, not gonna lie. And let's not forget that the only thing you can use is the light, even if the lamp doesn't turn off. The light does. Let's ignore that fact. It works in every part of the apartment. Here we have the computer room. In the final game the computer will be usable, the chair is already usable. That's because I was working on something else that won't appear in this devlog. That's why I needed the chair mechanic. Anyways, tada, here's the bathroom. What else can I say about it? Here's the world's smallest living room, yes. This couch is so big that it blocks this door. Let's ignore that. Here we have the kitchen. And you may have noticed that mostly everything is not textured. That's because this is only supposed to be how the final game will look like. The layout of it, I mean. And so yeah, this is it, I guess. Oh, and let's not forget the best company in the world, Halagenia. So yeah, this is everything the player character has now bought. So yeah, and as you can see, he's a millionaire too. Then I looked at the guns that are in the game and I realized something. You can't buy them. So I needed to add a arms dealer to the game. And what better person to sell weapons than a Russian? Meet Comrade Dmitry Vlasov, your friendly neighborhood arms dealer. Even if I do suspect that he's an Western spy because he doesn't sell Russian weapons, he sells American and Western European guns. And not because I was too lazy to add Eastern European guns to the game. He only spawns on Friday, even if the text in the background footage didn't change for whatever reason. Then I added actual bullet boxes to the game, and not those boxes that were huge Even if the textures for them are bad, I've also changed them to give you a set amount of bullets. This is them in game. After that, I made the shop look much better, while also giving the Russian the ability to sell ammo. Ammo that the Russian sells will always come full. What I mean by that? Its ammo count won't be randomized like the enemies that carry guns. After that, I added the Russian and his voice lines, recorded by my friend, who we won't name.
What will you buy? I just hope you are not with the militia.
I am still waiting for the rest of the voice lines, you hear?
Anyways, he is T-posing and missing hair because he is not finished yet. And what can I say? I was behind schedule already, so yeah. And he may look derpy, but that's because this is my first ever human model, so... yeah, what can I say? After that, I decided to work on the map, because I was a bit burnt out by the Russian. So these are some screenshots from me working on the map. That would be all from this devlog, so see you next time, and also Happy New Year!